Hey guys, it's Omar, and this is my 2008 Lexus IS250. And today we're going to be doing a build breakdown of pretty much everything I've done to this car. So I've owned this car for about 4 years now, and I bought the car with about 60,000 miles. It's currently at about 80,000. It's not my daily driver, but I do drive it in the weekends to car shows and stuff like that. The first thing we're going to go over is the exterior of the car. So as you can clearly see, it's a wrap. This wrap is by Vinyl Frog. It's called Ruby Light Purple. And I wrapped it about half a year ago now. So far it's holding up good. I do plan on changing it up very soon. As of right now, I do kind of like how this looks. Next thing we have is a Sabon carbon fiber hood. I did decide to color match it. It just gives it a nice OEM plus look with the exposed vents. As we make our way to the side, this is the newest thing I've added to the car, some vented carbon fiber fenders. They are PPF to help protect them. I do plan on leaving them exposed. I do kind of like the contrast look of it. However, I do want to keep the hood wrapped just so it's not too much carbon. Making our way to the front end here, this is the 4IS front end conversion. It's pretty much the front end off of the 2021 and newer Lexus. It just really modernizes the car. Since it's a 2008, it's a little bit older, and this front bumper really changed the whole look of it. Very aggressive, massive grille on the front. It did come with a front lip, a gloss black front lip, and I did opt for the LED fog lights as well. Pairs really nicely with the VLAND V2 headlights. I did add a vinyl wrap eyebrow there to make it look just a little bit more aggressive. Overall, I think it ties the front end really well. Makes it look newer than it really is. Most people actually think that this car is like a 2020 or newer when they look at it. Most people who don't know much about Lexus. Overall, I am very happy with the front end. As we make our way over to the sides, I have the winglet mirror replacements. These are replacements, not covers, and it just gives it an aggressive look on the mirror. They didn't really have much options for the mirrors, and this is really the only one that you can go with aside from just those little caps. Typically the fitment isn't too great on them, so I was happy that I can find some replacements. It does come with a sequential LED turn signal here. It is also a DRL. And then making our way to the bottom, I have a side skirt extension. Not much to it, just a gloss black extension. Makes it look a little bit lower. So the windows, I have luminous window tint. It is a fade from silver up to black. That is one of the things I might change about the car. It does look really cool in a lot of lighting. It's just a little hard to see when you're inside the vehicle just because it's so dark. On the top, we have a gloss black metallic wrap. Kind of gives it more of a sleek look, especially with a bright color. I do like the look of a black roof. It helps it flow all a little bit better. And making our way to the back, we have a carbon fiber roof spoiler. This was by Fresh Carbon Fiber. Gives it a little bit more to look at. Coming towards the back here, first thing you'll notice is this is not an OEM trunk. This is a VIS Racing carbon fiber trunk. And I decided to go color match with this. Again, just to give it more of an OEM look. But if you look closely here, you can see the exposed carbon. Gives it a nice little touch. Right here we have our 2021 Plus Lexus emblems. So typically there's an indentation where you'd have the Lexus logo, but for this trunk it's all flat. So I figured it'd be a nice opportunity to add the new emblems as well. Again, just to give it a little bit more of a modern look. For our taillights, we have the HC Motion, I believe, RGB taillights. And these are full RGB. You can change the color on your phone. It does all these different animations. Really is a nice touch on the car. The only thing I would change about them is I would prefer if they weren't smoked. But overall, nice taillights. I'm really happy with those. We do have a black license plate, as you can see. Just kind of adds to the black and pink look that we're going for. As we make our way down to the rear end, I do have the PG style rear end conversion. This conversion adds vents on the side of the rear bumper. It adds a built-in diffuser with a third brake light and a light beam. And then it also adds a quad tip exhaust. The quad tip exhaust is a custom axle back using Magnaflow mufflers. It's a lot louder than the previous exhaust I had, but it does sound very aggressive. I'm very happy with how it sounds. Last thing on the exterior, is going to be your wheel setup. So these are raised gram lights in triple chrome, and the wheels are a 18 by 9.5 plus 35 all around. And on the rear, I'm running a 235/40 tire, and then on the front, I'm running a 225/40 tire. So I'm running a little bit of stretch, a little bit more on the front to give me a little bit more clearance. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with how it sits. So as you've probably noticed, the car is on airbags. I'm running an airlift 3-piece setup with BC struts. Overall, super happy with the setup. I do have a dual compressor, and I'm running 3/8 lines. So the slightly thicker lines helps airflow a little bit faster with a 5-gallon tank. I do have the custom trunk setup here, just kind of a VIP look, nothing too crazy. And as we make our way into the interior, honestly, not too much going on here. Kind of wanted just to keep a clean and simple look. We do have a little bit of carbon fiber overlay trims on pretty much the entire trim on the interior. We do have a custom carbon fiber steering wheel with the LED lights, a flat bottom, a carbon fiber armrest. That is also by Fresh Carbon Fiber. Lastly, we have the F-Sport carbon fiber shifter as well. I do have a Starlight headliner. The headliner is also wrapped in black suede. Gives it a nice touch. It makes it a lot of fun to drive, especially at night when you can see the stars a little bit more clearly. On the rear, there's not much going on. I do have diamond leather stitching carpets. That pretty much is everything for the interior. So that pretty much concludes all the cosmetic things for this car. The last thing we're going to talk about is the performance. For this platform, there's really not a whole lot that we are able to do for power. They're not the fastest cars in the world, and you really just can't push a lot of power out of them. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have an exhaust. It's just an axle back exhaust using MagnaFlow mufflers as a custom exhaust I had made. For our brakes, we do have drilled and slotted rotors, as well as some performance brake pads. And then lastly, under the hood, we do have an InGen cold air intake and RR racing tune. So that gives it they claim about 20 horsepower, but honestly, it probably feels more like 10. It does give it a little bit more power. It does make it a little bit more fun to drive, but overall, not the fastest car in the world. It's more of a show car. And yeah.